report without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Man, it's been a long day, man. I'm finally here at the Red Brick House. I had to snake a drain. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I think that they're doing this intentionally because I got some tenants that are Eagle fans. They seem to be a nice couple and stuff. But for some reason, this is like the fourth time the sewer line has clogged up. It might be all the shit that the Eagle fans will be talking these days. I think that's what it is. You know, they had the big win. They had the big win Sunday. And here it is. They call, oh, my drain is clogged up again. I said, wait a minute. I think there's a correlation between Eagles being good and that sewer line backing up. So it's funny. It's funny because, you know, I'm reading comments from people and stuff on, you know, Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it and everything else about Cowboy fans. They get one win, and they already like going crazy. You know, we gonna run the table. We gonna go to playoffs. We gonna be the Green Bay. We're gonna be this year's Green Bay Packers. And I'm saying, you know, slow your roll. Let's see if we can get past Danny Cutlets. Okay, Danny Cutlets woke up this morning and got out of bed, and his elbow was swollen up and sore. Now the Giants, they just did a walkthrough today, so they didn't do like real throwing and stuff, right? So the thing that they're going to do is they're going to wait till tomorrow and see how it is. So Danny Cutlets may or may not be playing against the Cowboys. It might be Drew Lock. Don't know. It might be that Tommy Cutlets realized that Micah Parsons is back and looking to try and prove Bad Dog wrong about that whole statement about Lawrence Taylor and him, that literally he can't hold his jockstrap. So I'm hoping that Micah Parsons becomes a one-game wrecking crew. Now, here's where it gets interesting for me is Jerry Jones. Every week we seem to have a different flavor in your ear on who's going to be the coach of the Cowboys. Am I wrong? It seems like people have now tamped down the expectations of Sedor. You know, we had fight night with curtains. And we had Michael Irvin, you know, basically, you know, putting Jerry Jones on blast about Sedor Sanders. About Deion Sanders. And, of course, Sedor would be the one to go there. But then we find out that one of the number one prospects out there is transferring, you know, using the transfer portal. And he is going to Colorado. And so then you kind of think, you know, maybe he's not going to go. We've had Bill Belichick since Bill Belichick has been fired. He's been a flavor there, but he might eye New York since he was there before, or possibly Jacksonville. You never know. Those might be more appealing jobs than working with Jerry. And then Jerry Jones started talking about, you know, Jason Witten. Yeah, that Jason Witten, man, he's going to be a head coach in the NFL. And so then you got that flavor going on. And now another week passes, the Cowboys get a win, and now all of a sudden you got Jerry Jones, you know, saying that he hasn't ruled out, you know, an extension for Mike McCarthy. Now, I don't know if the special team coach survives on some of the things that we've done with the fake punts and stuff, but maybe the runbacks might, although dude getting the onside kick, as great as it was to get the touchdown and exciting as it was, the prudent play would have been get the ball and drop on the field. So that way you have the ball and you can just kneel on it. So there's that. But Mike McCarthy returning, is that a crazy idea? Jerry Jones says, I don't think that that's a crazy idea at all. That's not crazy. He's an outstanding coach. This is a Super Bowl winning coach. Now, here's the question that you have to really ask, okay? Here's the question that you have to ask as far as Mike McCarthy being here. If you're going to go through and let's weigh Mike McCarthy versus the field, okay? First thing you have to look at is, I'm sorry, I forgot Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff, before that game, Cliff Kingsbury was another guy that Jerry talked about. So that's 5 coaches. So let's look at this from a different point of view. Now, Cliff Kingsbury has a tendency to wane as the season goes on, kind of like the Cowboys do in the playoffs, but he starts mid-season. And people are now accusing the Commanders of that problem with, right now with Jaden Daniels and their offense, that maybe it's Cliff Kingsbury that is part of the problem. Okay. But Mike McCarthy versus the field. One thing you can say about Mike McCarthy is he's been able to survive 5 years with Jerry Jones. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but he has. And he's had some success. You don't win 12 games without knowing something 3 years in a row. And you can look at this and say, all of the problems with the Cowboys are not Mike McCarthy. Some of this is Jerry and Stephen Jones that cut off the nuts of the head coach, that also said we're going to do more with less, that brought back Zeke and nobody else as far as the running game. The front office that drafted the players that you're not getting a major impact from. The front office that doesn't believe in free agency and lost 9 starters and didn't replace them. The front office that took until literally opening day at 11 o'clock to get the quarterback's contract done and ended up getting CeeDee Lamb's done after training camp. So, you can say some of the problems we have are Mike McCarthy's, but you can't say that they're all Mike McCarthy's. So the question you have to ask is, what is the quality of coach that you're going to be able to bring in here right now? Maybe you can get Bill Belichick. I don't know. But I look at Bill Belichick and say, I'm not sure he works with Jerry and guys like Micah Parsons. I'm not sure that he does. We can say Jason Witten, but Jason Witten has less experience than Jason Garrett did. Cliff Kingsbury, I'm not sure that he's had that much success as far as a head coach. I'm not sure that he's going to be better than Mike McCarthy as the head coach with the way the Cowboys do business. We've seen in situations where, we're talking about college coaches like Urban Meyer. People wanted Urban Meyer. And we see how bad that was. So I'm not sure that it is the craziest idea in the world. Dak seems to like him. So I want to listen to what Rich Eisen's show. I haven't heard anything because I just got out the shower from snaking that drain because I'm dealing with shit. So I haven't heard this, but I want to hear what he has to say with TJ.
The Dallas Cowboys won a football game this weekend. And I will say this about your Dallas Cowboys. I was ready to pack it in on them on behalf of everybody else in the United States of America who likes to troll on your Cowboys. I just didn't see any there. And I saw them going into Washington, and I saw them being shorthanded, and I saw them being beaten.
You have got to be smoking something over there this morning.
Well, appreciate that. And they came out with the win. And so how is Jerry Jones feeling today? As we all know, he's looking for a storybook ending to the all-in season that does appear to be all out.
Not yet.
And not yet.
Not yet.
Right?
Not yet.
It's kind of like that. That's which one was it? Was it Holy Grail or Meaning of Life?
You're looking at Chris. He's had no idea.
No.
He doesn't know what a rabbit is.
That Holy Grail was not quite dead. Yes, I'm not dead yet. Bring out your dead.
Bring out your dead.
And then somebody would throw somebody on the cart, and I'm not dead yet. Cowboys are the not dead yet guys.
Yes. Chris, he was looking at
Nope.
He had no idea.
I'm just speaking truth over here. That's all.
Well, I'm just saying here. I'm listening to you last segment going on about how you're just emotionally unattached and you're numb. And then when I tried a few weeks ago, it was just like, no, you're not really.
Because you weren't. I'm being honest. I'm numb. I'm numb to it.
I can be numb and watch this team. I got a little hyped on Sunday. But
you should, because Cooper Rush can throw the football.
But here's the deal. Honestly, I feel like we should beat Washington. No, if we win 2 games, if we win 2 games every year, I think that those 2 games should be against Washington. That's just how it's a deep-rooted dislike. I
do respect that.
That's fan.
I respect
what I mean?
You know what? I think it's working here. I think T.J. Jefferson wants balloons and flowers from Kevin Durant. You're just trying to get. You want them from different. You want them from different.
Rich, I had it out.
I don't know.
Okay, I had it out. I had a contract that I tore up. I just taped it back together just because this has got hanging.
What does it say? What does it say again?
Oh, it just says TJ. If you leave the Dallas Cowboys, you can't come back until the 2030 season. Mm-hmm. And
5-year out.
That was dictated, not read.
Okay. And it's not. And Jay Felly did not notarize.
Not yet.
But he could if because he's an official notary.
I tore it up. I tore it up and then I taped it back together.
Not really.
Well, let's see what you make with this information.
But after I hear this, I might want to take.
Well, because
we just have this my official signing
your
quill ready. Because after what I hear in this, I know Jerry's going to say something to make me mad.
Jerry appeared on his weekly Tuesday spot on 105.3 The Fan. I guess when he ripped up the contracts of these 2 gents who interview him, they taped it back together because they're all still there. They're all still there.
Like I said, whatever he says is going to determine whether I sign.
Well, he was asked if it's crazy to think about giving Mike McCarthy a new contract, and here was his answer.
Well, I don't think that's crazy at all.
Not crazy at all.
Crazy. And listen, Mike McCarthy is an outstanding coach. I was listening to the Mike game last time. Aikman was talking about it, and he's reiterated that several times publicly. This Super Bowl winning coach. And Mike McCarthy has been there, done that. He's got great ideas. So bottom line is that in no place in my body language or anything else have you seen indications about what we're going to be doing relative to this staff at the end of this year. And we shouldn't.
So good news if Jerry's listening to Troy Aikman sing some praises of Mike McCarthy. Bad news is, Troy Aikman, if he's listening to Troy, was very critical of the route concepts a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this question, though. The finger of blame.
Finger of blame.
The dreaded finger of blame. We're popping it out. Okay, the dreaded finger of blame that frequently gets brought out every year in the Metroplex. You pointed at who for this year's 4-7? Pointed at who?
I mean, you got to start at the top, right?
Yes, you.
Okay, let me clarify something here because I actually. Okay, so I'm an idiot and I'm tired. I'm tired, man. I'm real tired. Okay, I have my software is Livestream Studio, which is it's an older platform, but if you have Vimeo, it's the software comes with it, and it's like a production software. So I've got 4 cameras that are set up to it and things like that, right? I can go ahead and cut and put, the pictures and stuff on here. You can see the graphics. So it's actually like a television, production software. I can take, I can take cell phones and use them as remote cameras, or I could, phone you in, with your video on your camera. There's a lot of things you can do on it. And so when I got it, I got actually the streaming deck that goes with it, which you can't buy it. Well, you can buy like used ones, aftermarket ones, I guess. But it's like, $800 for this thing. And it has like a preview button on it. It has, to the actual, to put it on the screen. It has the cut, things, so you can put it on auto. So it'll flip camera angles like this. So I push a button, boom. I can literally just go ahead and take stuff on and off the screen, change up the cameras, and so on. And it has a record button, and right beside it, it has a go live button. And I thought I was recording, so I'm like, let me go ahead and just record this real quick, and I'll upload it. I'll go down, see Tracy and get it together and stuff. And I'm sitting here doing it because literally you guys seeing me do like my video like I normally do. And you see, boom, I just start it. I record it. I don't even edit it. I literally send it up and I'm done. That's what I do. Okay. And some people would call this style, it's on DMV. And see, I told DMV that he had gotten his thing and I got it loaded on here. And I told him, I said, bro, I think it's going to your channel too. He's like, no, because it's not streamed there. Well, that's cool. So that's my boy. So yeah, I'm hitting him up as well. And it's going on Facebook and everything else. So I was recording this to be a recording. And just like that, I pushed the wrong button. And just like that, it's live. Do it live. Do it live. I had no idea what marks Mike Aldana. Okay, this was not supposed to be a live stream. And let me say, shout out. Maybe I need to do this more because we have almost 300 people in here. We have as many people on here now live with a mistake as we did watching the Baltimore Ravens game last night. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be live. It was supposed to be recording and so on. So I'm going to return to our unintended live broadcast and finish up with what Rich Eisen had to say. So this is literally live on 3 platforms as a mistake. Okay. Go on.
You do.
So
that's my point.
The guy
this is my point.
Who can't pass up a chance to stop and talk into one of these and say something all the time, which brings all this negative press onto the franchise.
Well, the lack of reinforcements from March through training camp. The dangling of contracts that did not, not the dangling of contracts, the drawn out process of having somebody put a quill pen in the hands of 2 of the most important employees that we all knew needed to be extended and would. Mm-hmm. All of that stuff. Do you think McCarthy would have liked those guys signed sooner? Do you think he would like Derrick Henry in the backfield? Do you think he would like
Saquon Barkley in the backfield or Joe Mixon in the backfield? We did nothing to get better. All of our rivals, they did something. They added a piece here, a piece there to get better. How do the Eagles constantly get better and we just kind of stand pat? It seems like it doesn't make sense to me.
The question is Jerry's going to have to the finger of blame. He's going to have to put it. Well, he's going to have to put a similar digit into the figurative Metroplex air and test the temperature of folks like yourself.
Well, we're going to start putting digits in the air and, not the index or pinky or the ring or the thumb. It's the one you put up when you... I can't say the rest of them because it's Eminem.
But you do have to also give it up if you're the owner of the Dallas Cowboys and general manager of the Dallas Cowboys, and this man is, what you saw from your suite inside FedEx Field or whatever they're calling it now, you got to like what you see there. I mean, in all seriousness, that if he didn't have the respect and he didn't have the belief,
if he lost the locker
room, they won a football game on the road that nobody thought they could. They got it done. First 3 quarters, they were all over Jaden Daniels. Mm-hmm. I mean,
well, Micah played. He came.
So what I'm saying to you is, you would be upset if they re-signed Mike McCarthy. You would want him to go out and get somebody completely new, or Vrabel. You'd want somebody. You want a Vrabel guy.
Not necessarily. If we upgrade our roster and we got some of these players, my constant argument is I don't know how Derrick Henry would have ran behind this line. You know why I keep saying that? Because I have no other line of defense, Rich. I don't have anything else to say. So I got to point at that and go, I don't know if this would work. So if we upgraded the roster, if we added some pieces, McCarthy does have a tremendous record as a coach of the Cowboys.
I wouldn't put it out of the realm. Obviously, McCarthy's coaching for his job over the next few weeks.
For sure. But it's hard when your quarterback tears the hamstring off the bone, and we weren't playing well with him, and now we have a career backup in there.
Correct.
It's harder.
The pros and the cons, you write them down. The pros is, yes, he did. He has won before. Yes, he is a guy who's got a certain style about him that when you win, it's great. He also is good with the press. He's a professional. He's a play caller as well.
Yeah.
The cons are his concepts aren't very newfangled.
Yeah.
The other thing that you bring up,
time management is always
right.
An
The
issue.
other thing you can bring up as well is that if you let him go, would somebody pick him up?
Mm-hmm. Like you have your Mike Tomlin theory. Well, Mike Tomlin gets fired at 11:10. He'd be hired by 11:20.
He's coaching for his job. He's coaching for his job.
Would Mike McCarthy get another gig next year? That's interesting.
As a head coach,
I think he would.
So.
I actually think.
But you want to bring him on for your offensive staff? Absolutely.
I think. Well, it would probably behoove him to take a year off and see what next year shakes out. But
why would he have to do that? What is he going to go in the media? Not like he can't. He's not like Belichick.
No, but
he's coaching for his job. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3.
Here's what okay, a couple of things here. DMV, my apologies, bro, because and see, this is what's kind of crazy. Remember DMV when we ended up putting yours in? It's loaded in there and it's been on there, but I think when I set up the stream and name it, it doesn't go to yours. But I think for whatever reason, by accident, I actually streamed this. I was planning on recording this and uploading it. So shout out. I think I'm going to do this shit more often because I got 316 people in here for literally what was going to be just a video. So let me say shout out to everybody that's here. If you can, hit the like button and let us know that you appreciate this. If you want me to do more of this by accident because I'm an idiot, Rhonda, don't get started now. Rhonda, I know you're in heat, girl. You with your little cherries you had right there and everything else. Okay. Curtis, what's going on? How are you doing? Rhonda, Chris Robinson. But while we're here, I'm going to stay here for a couple of minutes. Here's my thing. Because, see, when I did the thing last night with Game Time Brian, and they were talking about Micah Parsons and, Micah Parsons, he's nothing like, Lawrence Taylor and things like that. But see, Micah Parsons has something that he can do this year. Even though he's missed 5 games, he gets 5 sacks. He's over 50 sacks in his first 4 years. That's averaging over 12 sacks a season to start his career. If he gets 7 sacks, he moves up to number 8 on the Cowboys' all-time sack leader list, passing Randy White. So he's got something to play for because, of course, he wants to go in and get that max contract. But also, too, he doesn't want to be labeled a loser. And for Mike McCarthy, you can't say it would be different if we looked at this and we said, we've got an offensive players like, say, the Eagles do. That we went out and we got the NFL leading running back. We got the worst running game in football. There's no way you can look at our running backs, forgive me, Rico, and all this, that you look at this and say, it's as good as the running game that Baltimore has or the running game that the Eagles have. And if you understand football, you understand that having a running game opens up everything. It opens up play action. It freezes the linebackers because when you fake a dive, the linebackers have been getting eaten up all night. They're stepping in there. And that gives you that hesitation, an opportunity for your quarterback to be able to hit guys. We literally did nothing other than saying, we're going to pay CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, and those guys are going to perform more. It doesn't work. That's great. That's great. When I go through and I buy, a bigger planer, yeah, I can do that. From the 12-inch to the 15-inch, I got to do more work with it to pay it off. It works for a piece of equipment. It doesn't work with the wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb is like, this has been the toughest season of my life. I'm battered and bruised, but I'll do anything that they want me to do. I got paid. But you're asking the player to do above and beyond. How crazy is it that last year he got 10 touches a game and he breaks all the Cowboys receiving records? Single season. And so now Stephen Jones basically says, well, he needs to get 15 touches instead of 10. Bro, that's not a recipe for winning. everybody knows what you're going to do. You turn around and say, we're not going to, bring in, Derrick Henry because we can't afford him. And so you don't know what Mike McCarthy can do if you has all the talent you want. Does that make any sense? Because, see, people go through and they always say, well, Dak has had so much talent. Guys, did you look at Noah Brown playing for Washington and say that guy's one of the top receivers in football? We had CD, and then Noah Brown was our second leading receiver, and Michael Gallup, who got 450 yards on one leg. You didn't exactly have the same talent. So when you look at this and say, yeah, Mike McCarthy, we're not winning right now. But I dare say, when I look at what he did, knowing how the Joneses operate stuff, they constantly turn over the roster. We let go a lot of players. Think about after the 21 season, we let go of, we literally gave away Amari Cooper and got nothing in return. We got nothing in return. You paid too much when you bought him with a number one. You got too little when you traded him. You let him go. You let go Lyle Collins. You let go Connor Williams. Okay? You let go Randy Gregory. And you look at this and say, what did they do to replace that production? What they did was they told you, that Jalen Tolbert, that third-round draft pick, that third-round draft pick, that guy is going to be great. In the same way, they tried to sell us with Ryan Fenoy. That Ryan Fenoy, when he gets his first catch, he's like Dez Bryant. No, he's not. Dez Bryant came out the box as a number one draft pick and was playing and making hay. You're trying to sell us with, Ryan Fenoy? Just like you're trying to sell us with the trade that you made for Mingo. We got a Mingo package. Like, it's Jerry Rice coming in. So is Mike McCarthy a really bad coach? Or is he been hamstrung? And the same thing with Dak Prescott. I look at this and say, if Dak Prescott had, A.J. Brown and, Devontae Adams and Dallas Goedert and a great offensive line and Saquon, who's on pace to maybe break the NFL season's rushing record, and then Dak Prescott wasn't doing anything, I'd say, okay, yeah, it's the quarterback. But when I look around here, I can't compare Rico to what the Eagles have with Saquon. Are those things equal? Now, I will say CeeDee Lamb, yeah, he's as good as A.J. Brown, but are we saying Jalen Tolbert is as good as Devontae Smith? Right now, as our tight ends, are they as good as Dallas Goedert? Is our offensive line as good as the Eagles' offensive line right now? I don't see any of those things comparable. I don't see any of those things comparable. Mark, everybody's coming in today. It's crazy. There's almost 400. There's more people watching now than was watching the game last night. This makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense whatsoever that I wasn't planning on doing a live stream because I'm hungry. I'm real hungry, okay? I drove down here. I took my dad to the doctor and got him checked out. Got down here, had to take a toilet off and snake the drain and everything else. Came back, got that Eagle stank because the people are Eagles. They're Eagle fans, okay? They're Eagle fans. And the toilet's always clogged up. Every couple of weeks. It seems like anytime the Eagles get a big win, their toilet gets clogged up. And they got to call, oh, our toilet's backed up. That's like, it's all that shit you Eagle fans have been talking. It's all that shit you've been talking. Okay, Bobby, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, here's the problem is because I can't see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Bobby Beninsky. Shout out to Bobby Beninsky. Okay, I got it. I screwed up. Okay, let me say this. Tony Boo. Tony, I meant to send you an email. When I got up to Harrisburg, with all the rain and the snow, it took forever to get there. And then I had all the work to do, and then I had to get back down the road. And my truck, oh, my God. I spent $3,000 on my truck because I took it to the dealership with a transmission issue. And they said, oh, you need an extreme tune-up. We got to do this, that, and didn't fix the problem. I got it back, and boom, the same problem I had. So I took it back to them. They're like, oh, it's a transmission problem. It's like, that's what I told you to begin with, right? So then I driving down here again, and check engine light's on. And so I think it's a catalytic converter. They were talking about $5,000 for them to do it. The people I have down here in the country, it's like $2,000. I wish it had broken down originally here, because I probably wouldn't have spent the $3,000 on getting it fixed at the dealership, and it's still screwed up. Stefan, how are you doing? Jeff Lee, Philly D, Delete. Never the dealership. They rob you blind. Yeah, it was when I was going to Dallas, because it was kind of the transmission thing, and I thought because it was the dealership that they would get to it sooner than the usual guy I have that works on my stuff at home, because usually, they know me. I've been going to them for 20 years, but they take usually like a week before they can get into it. It's a small gas station, but they know their shit. And so I was like, well, I'm going to Dallas. I'll drop it off at the dealership, and then it'll be ready when I come back. I've been dealing with this shit since the Eagles game. I've been dealing with it, and so now, I'm back down here, and still, but it is what it is, and it's like, do I want to take, with the check engine light coming back on, do I want to take it back to the dealership that have messed up on it twice? No. So I was like, no, I'm going to take it down here to my guys. So I went by there, and they're like, yeah, it's the catalytic converter. So I got to bite the bullet and let them take care of it. But be that as it may, shout out to almost 400 people on here. And if you're on DMV's channel and you're watching me, make sure you hit the like button over there and subscribe to his channel as well, because DMV, he's putting it out there as well. So my thing is here. It's a 2016 Ford F-150. I got about 140,000 miles on it. I bought it used with 48,000 miles on it. And most of the miles are actually on the highway. Literally I get on Interstate 64 and I don't stop until I get to the Parkway. So it's like a 150-mile trip, but you ain't touching the brakes because it's all interstate. Be that as it may, my point here with firing the coach, this is what I want to be clear on. Firing the coach and doing the same things you've done isn't going to get you a better result. And in fact, now you're bringing in somebody else who's going to have a learning curve. See, for me, no, it's not a diesel. It's gas. It's a turbo gas. And I'll be honest with you, I've had very little problems with it. And, so I think about the 100,000 miles I put on it. The money I'm putting on it here now is a lot better than buying a new one, So there it is. Bringing in somebody else new, they're going to have to come through. They're going to have to change some things and do things differently. There's going to be the learning curve on here. They're going to be implementing their system. And you can see the change of Dan Quinn versus Mike, that it's taking time for the players to get up to speed with what you're doing. I believe Dak Prescott's a good quarterback that you could win with if you surround him with pieces. Now, see, there's the misnomer that you keep getting, of course, that's been out there that, well, Dak Prescott, he needs people around him to win. Well, I'm going to ask you, who doesn't need pieces around him to win? I can look at the Jets right now and say they went out and got Devontae Adams with Aaron Rodgers, who's supposed to be the greatest quarterback of all times here, and they're not winning with that guy, right? He needs some people around because they ain't winning right now. And if I look at Jalen Hurts, they put people around. He's not doing that by himself, right? They put pieces around him to make him a better quarterback. I get a lot of flack from Eagle fans because I say Saquon is a difference maker on that team. They're not as good. If you put Rico and Zeke on the Eagles right now, do you think they have as many wins as they do? Do you honestly? Let's be honest now. If you go through, let's do it this way. If you take Jalen Hurts and you put him on the Cowboys this year, are they still an 8-win team? Are the Cowboys an 8-win team right now? There is no way, no how in the world. Or found on the road dead. is what some people say delete. But I'm a Ford truck guy, okay? And I'm also a Cowboy fan. So maybe I just like broke down shit, okay? That must be what it is. Rhonda Lovely Sparks, Cody Show, what's going on? Fire Dak Kelly. Again, you can gamble on another quarterback. I remember people used to say, tank for Trevor. Trevor Lawrence got paid a whole lot of money this year. How they doing? How's Trevor Lawrence doing?
4 picks against.
Oh, wrong one. How's Trevor doing? Huh? See, nobody talk about Trevor Lawrence and how he's doing. How's Aaron Rodgers doing with the Jets? Huh? Right? So, again, my apologies by accidentally going. What y'all doing downstairs? Okay. All right. Tell Tracy I was recording a video and I accidentally went live, and 400 of my best friends came on the channel, so I'm going to entertain them for a few minutes. Are you not entertained? Let's see.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Yeah, I would definitely get another quarterback. You always want to have somebody that's decent in the, there that you're training up. Always. You think about how Tony Romo, learned a lot by being on the sidelines. You can look at Jordan Love being there behind Aaron Rodgers. That's planning for the future. But now the Cowboys, now here's the thing. I'm still going to say, what's up, game time? I screwed the pooch, man. I thought I was recording a video, and it turned out that this ended up being a live stream. And I think because I hit the wrong button. I'm tired, boss, okay? I feel like I'm the mailman that's been walking out in the cold all day. I'm tired, and I hit the wrong button. And now I'm on DMV's channel going live. Didn't even know that. I got Rhonda in here who's been about she's in heat. Okay, or maybe she's cooled down some. I think her husband had to get a bucket of ice water and throw on her and things. Okay, I got Holly Pierce up in here. I got Regina Green. I got Logan Motorsports, and everybody's laughing at me because I was literally recording a video and doing my thing. And see, here's another thing you can learn from this too, people. Had I not hit the streaming button, the go live button as opposed to the record. That's how I do my videos. I sit down here and I just do it. One take. There ain't no editing. I sit down here, I give you my thoughts, and I upload because I ain't got that much time. I ain't got that much time in the day to sit there. God bless, like my daughter, my daughter, when she does her videos, she was saying, because I was like, come on down Tuesday for Thanksgiving. She's like, no, I got to get I got packages that are coming and things, and I got to do my videos on them, and then I got to edit them and stuff, and that takes a few hours. I said, hours to edit a video? Man, are you kidding me? Shit. I think I've actually found some software that's going to be worthwhile. It might be $10 or $20 a month, but you literally can take a whole video and upload the video to it, and it will cut it up to shorts for you. I tried it twice, and it literally took some of the, me falling out on the floor and stuff from the Washington game and everything else. All right, so before we go ahead, no, Vinny, actually, I feel actually like I've had too much coffee, and I only had 1 cup of coffee today coming down the road, but I feel like I'm high strung right now. Okay, seriously, I don't know what it is. What I would like to see, and I think I said this on Game Time. I don't know if Game Time's still here. I know he's tired because, shout out to, let me say this. Shout out to Game Time and all of the male people out there, because this time of year is holy hell for them, because you've got not only the regular mail and stuff, okay, all the junk mail and the advertisements and shit like that. You got all the Christmas cards that are going in there, right? That are going, and now you're delivering some of the shit from Amazon and UPS and stuff. You may send the shit UPS, but they dropping some of that shit off at the post office and say, "Can you take this for us?" We know you got an empty truck. You got a corner in there. So he's tired. He's putting out the work and trying to bring you the content. So shout out to him. Just like DMV. he's got his kids that he's coaching and everything else, and he's working out there to bring you that content. See, we're not like ESPN where that's our only job. And we got a whole bunch of people that are working behind the scenes to tell us what to say. When you get somebody like me out here, we are working and busting ass to survive and bring you the news with our own personal spin on it. So make sure you guys hit the like button, not just for me. I appreciate it if you know for me, but find those YouTubers that are your people and take care of them. It don't cost you money to take care of them, to watch a video and hit a like button, okay? We can make our own ESPN. I like to think of us. Bobby Beniski, Jerry stuffed a banana up your muffler pipes. Well, he's always blowing smoke up our ass, so why not a banana? It might be an 8.5-inch banana. I like them 8.5-inch bananas there, Jerry Jones. But I still believe, I've said this to Game Time Brian a couple of times, maybe he'll remember, I don't know. But I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Mike McCarthy comes back. And I said, it kind of makes sense to me that the Cowboys got together and said, with Dak, with Mike McCarthy and all that, and said, we're going to take our lumps this year. We're going to take our lumps this year and clear up some of the salary cap. We don't want to go through here and put some more Band-Aids on. We got a little bit of money. We don't want to bring in a bunch of old players. What we want to try and do, thank you, Game Time, is we want to be like we were in the 90s. We had that 1-15 season. We ended up making the big trade, of course, getting all those picks. We drafted a whole group of guys. We got a group of young players, and we let them be able to grow together and become a juggernaut. If this season goes awry, we'll play the season with what we got. If it goes awry, then we'll get better draft picks. We won't have that first place schedule. We'll have, a schedule that'll be more favorable to us. We'll be able to get some personnel. We can clear off some cap space. And here's the thing that people don't understand. See, you listen to the Colin Cowherds that say, Dak Prescott, he's hamstringing the Cowboys, and keeping them from being able to get a team. They need to get rid of him. Well, getting rid of him is going to cost you a whole lot more money than keeping him at this point. With the triggers that they have, he goes from $89 million to $37 million next year. You've got $21 million that's going to roll over to the $20 million that you have next year. Now, I don't know if Stephen Jones can change his ways about free agency, but the Cowboys easily can have $100 million to spend in free agency. Now, some of that's going to go to Tyler Smith. Some of that's going to have to go to Micah Parsons. But Micah Parsons' cap number is $17 million next year already. That's baked in. And when they sign him to another deal, that number will probably go down next year. So they get more cap space there. So if you're talking about all in, you could look at it and say, next year with Dak, you reload with talent and young guys. You got some young guys right now that are getting experience. You don't feel quite as bad from what you saw this past weekend about Zach Martin possibly. You've seen Schoonmaker get some playing time out there, and you look and say, okay, maybe Schoonmaker is a viable option with Jake Ferguson, and maybe you're able to start running some 12 personnel. You can look at it and say, we need to get a true number 2 lights-out receiver. We can look and say we're going to need to get some more offensive linemen. We can look and say we can get a running back. And if you got some defensive linemen and people stay healthy, knowing that you've got Overshown, who seems to be a beast right now, you've got Deron Bland, you've got Diggs back there in the secondary. And this will be one of those ones that people will laugh, but even Mozzie Smith, he's not going to be Aaron Donald. That's what people think he's supposed to be. But he will be a good defensive lineman for you. You get a couple of guys around him, and a guy like Marshawn Needland, when he comes back, you do have some pieces here. But do you look at this and say, Maybe I keep Mike Zimmer and let him continue growing and getting the pieces that he has, because it seems like the arrows are going up on the defense right now. Do I go through and change and get a new offensive coordinator and head coach where I've had Mike McCarthy, who's literally had us when we're healthy, as one of the top scoring teams, and say we're going to make change because we want to appease the masses? And that's where I think it kind of first name, last name, salesman Mark. I'm trying to look at this before everybody poo-poos it and give you some reasons why. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Yeah, even Stephen Jones might look at that and say, well, okay, well, maybe we can spend a couple of dollars here. We got some money in the bank. And the salary cap's going to go up big time again next year. So if that's the Cowboys, if you're telling me I'm going to bring back Mike McCarthy, but I'm going to spend some money in free agency, and I'm going to try and compliment the players, that I'm okay with that. I'm okay with. I will say, it's better that we end up losing, and if we can get some lights out players to reload the roster and do something more than what we've done, then this year was worth it. That's the way I look at it. So, impromptu live stream here. Man, this thing's still growing. Is your slapper broken? What, Rhonda? DMV. We want a better play caller and better game management. Okay. Dak is only owed $90 million guaranteed next year. You can move that down the road and pay him $45. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where, and same thing with CD Lamb. You've got triggers that are built into. Here, I'll pull it up real quick. Shout out to Kavanaugh, because he taught me a trick. I always use over the cap. And if you let go of a guy like Terrence Steele and make him a June 1st cut, you can split up his money that's owed to him over 2 seasons and save $13 million. So here's the thing. If we look at this, you see team cap space right here is $20 million we have right now. That's going to roll over to next year. If we go to 2025, we got $24 million of cap space right there, which I thought was actually only 20. So that's $4 million more than I thought right there. Okay? So that's $44 million that we have in cap space. Do you realize this time, last year when we were looking at that, we were over the cap like we are every year. Every year we have started out over the cap. Next year, without doing anything, with having Dak Prescott at $89 million, having CeeDee Lamb at $35 million, that we still have actually $45 million in cap space. But here's what you do. If you go to dead money and cap savings, you can click on there. I always go here and see what the post-June 1st cut is. So if we look at Terrence Steele, where's Terrence Steele? Terrence Steele, here's what you can get. If you make him a post-June 1st cut, that's $14 million. What? Whoa, right? But here's the thing. If you also click on here, they'll give you the restructure. The restructure is money that's already in the contract that you can trigger, which is basically kicking it down the road. You can restructure Dak Prescott $37 million. You can restructure Diggs' money, $5.8 million. You can restructure Brandon Cooks, $6.8 million, because he's actually avoidable year. You can restructure CeeDee Lamb, $20 million, and so on and so on. So there's ways that you can get all the money that you want to get to do anything you want to do if you want to do it. I don't know if Stephen Jones will do that. That's the question. That's the question. Philly D, Kevin Emery, home field advantage wins the NFC. Okay. DMV, you literally be Mark's house in front of the camera on Sundays. We know who you are. Curtis, honestly, Vinny, don't have him do Stephen Jones. Please don't do that. No more, okay? I'm pleasantly surprised on Taco Tuesday that we got 400 people here in the live stream. Zach Martin will be owed about 30 million. No, Gabriel. No. Here's the thing. Hold up. Let me go back to cut pre. Okay. Zach Martin, his cap number, bro. His cap number for next year is only $10 million on his voidable year. Zach Martin is only a $10 million hit if he's on the team or not. That's it. That's it. So that's baked into the equation. So what I'm saying is if you are looking from this, if this were a normal team, Mike Gage, shout out to you for being a member for 38 months. If you're looking at a normal team that would go into free agency and say, I got $100 million, they would lose their mind. Oh, Sugar Daddy. Oh, my God. Boy, did we miss him winning. Like I said, man, it may have cost his draft position, but I needed that win, bro. I needed that in the worst way. AWS 9419. Can you do? Well, you know, here's the thing about free agency. If you go into free agency, you're paying good money for average players, and if you have to go into free agency, it's because you messed up in the draft. And of course, we never mess up in the draft, so we're just not going to do free agency. We're not going to waste that money. Texas made Mark. Thank you for going your show. You are my go-to everything. I appreciate that, man. Hook 'em horns, man. You can divide what he is owed per year, I think. Yeah, but here's the thing. You can just go ahead and take. Well, again, if you go through here, let me show you again on the restructures. Everywhere you see in green in here is all money that you could kick down the road. See, Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb's contract go out to 30-32. So you can use those void years and put money out there. What are you talking about, DMV? Are you saying I sound like Steven Jones here? You know, I got to say, you know, with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, you know, with CD, he's just got to understand he's taking the lion's share of the money. So he needs to go ahead and step up. You know, next year, you know, we're going to be looking at getting him the ball about 20 touches a game. We feel that with the amount of money we're paying him, he should easily have about 3,000 yards in receptions, and he should be making up for a running game because we love having him on those jet sweeps, you know, on third and short. We know we're not making first downs, but he's making that money for us, okay? He's getting those touches, so we feel good about the money we spent on him because he's literally getting run into the ground. Do we got Angry Cowboy in here too? Damn, it's a damn party up in here. We got Lola, Miss Hot Sauce, Dirty Sanchez. Yo, of course, we really like our guys. You know, when my dad is out there and he's out there scouting and he talks about that 8.5-inch dick, boy, do we really like that. We really, really like that. Arkansas Holmes, good evening. Angry Cowboy fan. He's a little less angry this week because we beat the Commanders. But, you know, if we lose to the Giants, oh, my God, he gonna be like Mount St. Helen erupting. I'm awake, are you? Say what? Angry Cowboy, pause. Riley in the house. What's up, Riley? How are you doing? So, okay, so Jonathan Himes, let me explain to you again what has happened here, okay? Since you're here pointing fingers and accusing me of shit, kiss my ass, okay? Kiss my ass, all right? So here's the thing. By accident, I thought I was recording a video about Rich Eisen talking about Mike McCarthy maybe coming back. And I was doing a video with my streaming deck that I have here. Okay, I'll tell you what, let me see. Let me see if I can show y'all. See, this is what pisses me off. Pisses me off when people basically call me a liar. Okay? So, here's the thing. You see this? You see this down here? All these lights? Right here, it says record. Okay? Record. And right here, go live. If I push record, it records it to the computer. If I push live, it automatically goes live to the last live event. Oh, sorry. Actually, I didn't switch cameras. See, look at that. Hold it. Let me do it again. Okay, there we go. This is actually my control board right here. So if I want to change cameras, I push auto. Okay, I can cut, I can preview all this stuff here. This is all my cameras and things. And if I push this one, it's record. If I push this one, it's go live. I thought I was pushing record today, but I'm tired, okay? I'm tired today. I'm real tired. And I hit go live when I thought I was recording. So I was literally sitting here, and Walker Wade, it's now a party now. So I was literally sitting here recording on the video, and I went through and I gave my spiel about, Mike McCarthy coming back possibly and trying to weigh the options of it. Then I played the clip of Rich Eisen's show, and I was sitting here looking, and I looked up on the screen here. It says streaming, not recording, and I realized that I'm not recording. I went live. So then I had to go through and hunt through and find it. So DMV's here because it's like, yo, what the hell? Mark's live on my channel. And the last video that I went straight live for, I can't believe Dak Prescott did this, is what the title came up. I don't even know what the picture is that came up with it. So don't come through here and accusing me of shit when you don't know what the hell happened, okay? I made a mistake. I didn't intend on going live here because I was hungry. I was going to shoot my video about 10, 12 minutes, and I was go downstairs and eat my salad for dinner because I'm hangry. And then I found out I went live, but then all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, there's 250 people here by accident. The chicken, oh, here it is. Here. Yeah, chicken in. Let that chicken rest for a while. Okay, at least we have boobies to counteract the losses that we'll encounter. So that's what happened. Okay, so if you now are losing sleep because the title says I can't believe Dak Prescott did this, my apologies. Okay. Change the name to No More Rings. Well, I have to finish the video. Oh, actually, hold on. I think I can edit right here. So let me change it right now. Bring back Mike McCarthy. Question mark? Will it work? Damn, I always get shit from it doesn't matter what the hell I do. Loyal Cowboy, what's up, man? Long time no see. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I do. I just get shit all the time. Shit. We lose, it's your fault. It's you and that damn Joe Boo. We win, oh, Jesus. What? We can't even tank right. We're tanking the tank. It was like, what the hell? I get 49er fans that are literally telling me that I'm crazy. Oh, now you're saying Micah Parsons is the MVP. I didn't say Micah Parsons should be defensive, player of the year. Are you kidding me? Where did that come from? I get freaking Eagle fans and stuff, that are sending me like clips of Eagles and everything else and things. I got on Twitter, an Eagle fan saying, answer about you talking about Saquon being overrated. Come on, man. Why y'all have to always give me shit? I try and do everything I can to be a good, solid citizen. I try and bring you guys the news with my own spin on it. Now, do I make mistakes? Yes, I thought the team was going to be better than this. I was wrong, okay? But damn. Be that as it may, we will go for 5 more minutes to 8 o'clock. And let me say I appreciate it. You know what? Since whoever that was that you using Dak's name, what is he using Dak's name in vain or something? What the hell? You clickbaiting? I ain't no mother. Here's what was really funny. This is true. Okay. So I get up this morning, I do my morning video, I go and take my dad to the doctor and stuff because that's what I do. It's like I want to be the one to take my dad to the doctor. And we saw, we're talking about how he's won his last 6 bets on Bet US. He's rolling. And if you want to, do some Bet US, definitely use the promo code YouTube150. I told my dad, when we go to the doctor on Monday, I'm going to get your head examined because the Cowboys ain't got no chance of winning this game. And he took the over. I said, the Cowboys ain't scoring no points. My dad said, put my money on. He said, you put my money on, son. I was like, okay, Dad. All right. Because I still respect my dad. So I go through and I get all that squared away. You know, I did my morning video. I'm there at the doctor's office. So I'm not on my cell phone. And then I leave his house and I see Jerry Jones is talking about bringing back Mike McCarthy. And before that, I had thoughts about Micah Parsons because, you know, Micah Parsons saying that, you know, this, I ain't tanking. You know, we got games to play. And in my mind, I was thinking about beyond whether or not the team can make the playoffs. It's also for him, if he can get 5 more sacks, he's over the 50 sack mark. 50 sacks in the first 4 years. There's very few players. I think you can count them on one hand that have done that in their NFL career. If he gets 7 sacks, he's passing Randy White on the Cowboys' all-time sack record at number 8. So yeah, I did a video about that, and then I heard about Jerry Jones doing, you know, the whole Mike McCarthy thing, you know, giving us the flavor of the week for head coaches because he likes to stir shit up, right? And then it came across the wire while I'm driving down the road that Tommy Cutlets has got an elbow problem and might not play. So it was like video that happened while I'm going down the road for this 2.5 hours. And I'm looking at this comment. So this mother humper said, you know, I think this guy does a video every hour on the hour. It's like, okay, whether I do a video every hour on the hour, if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it. Right? Nobody deems you that they put paper, toothpicks and hold your eyes open and say, Mark Holmes, he just did another video. You've got to watch it. Just don't watch it. Why you always just be so damn negative? Everybody always got some stupid shit to say. Appreciate that last super chat. Jonathan Himes, I respect you more than 99% of Cowboy fans. I respect your dad, Philly 500, more, though. Love your content. You're as level-headed as anyone. I get crazy, though, Jonathan. Appreciate the super chat. I get crazy as shit. I really do. So, with that being said, stop being so angry. Well, no, Angry Cowboy, you can't stop. Your name is Angry Cowboy, so you have to be angry. But everybody else, you got no excuses on being angry. You ain't got no excuses. So, with that being said, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to get out of here and get me something to eat because I'm hungry. And I apologize again by accidentally going live. I did it live. DMV, exactly right, partner. But I appreciate all of you guys being here. And on your way out, hit the like button.
Here we go. Thank you, Jerry Jones. I had a great time. Thank you. I'm going to exit the building now. Like a loser. The house that Jerry Jones built? It's a house for losers. Yep. Charles Haley was 100% right. This, friends, is a house for losers. Pretty much.